Egeria, Peregrinatio, Episode 5. Haec ergo valles ipsa est, in quies capita illa locus est, ubi sanctus Moises, cum pascerdret pecora socieri sui, iterum locutus est ei Deus, de rubo in igne, et quoniam nobis ita erdrat iter, ut prius montem Dei ascenderremus, qui hinc pardret, quia unde veniabamus, melior ascensus erdrat, et illinc denuo, ad illud caput valles descenderemus, id est ubi rubus erat, quia melior descensus montes Dei erdrat inde. This, therefore, was the actual valley, valles ipsa, on whose head, on whose top, the top of which, quies genitive, antecedent being vallis, on the top of which is that location, illa locus est. Here, illa being used more as a definite article, really, than as a demonstrative adjective. On whose top is that place where the holy Moses, sanctus Moises, while he was pasturing, pasceret pecora, the verb pasceret is from the third conjugation verb pasco, pascere. It means to cause someone to eat, to cause someone to graze. And thus it takes an object, pecora, which is neuter, plural, and accusative. It means herds or flocks. So while he was grazing the flocks, socieri sui, of his father-in-law, masculine, singular, and genitive, while he was doing that, locutus est, God spoke, locutus Deus ei, God spoke to him. Ei is masculine, singular, dative, and the pronoun refers to Moses. Spoke to him iterum, a second time, or some translations say twice, de rubo in igne. If the viewer, the reader, is paying attention, they will notice that sanctus Moises is nominative, and thus we would expect it to be the subject. But actually there is no verb of which it is the subject, unless we want to remove the comma here and take sanctus Moises as the subject of pasceret, when he was doing this, and that would probably work. But if so, this is not very good punctuation by the editor, because clearly the main verb here is locutus est. So then we would say, this is the place where God spoke to him, and then all of this is to be taken together. When, cum, the holy Moses was pasturing his father-in-law's flocks. And because, et quoniam, our path lay here, nobis is masculine, plural, and dative, a dative of possessor, with iter as the nominative subject and erat the verb that connects them. And because our path lay here, that first we should ascend the mountain of God, that's where our path is, which opens up, paret, appears, from this point. And the text is a little bit broken here. You can see the quia here in brackets. And in addition to being broken, the syntax is not entirely clear. So the path and the antecedent of qui cannot be iter, because iter is neuter, so we must take it as montem, because montem is masculine. So because our path lay here, to ascend the mountain of God first, where the mountain which opens up here, hinc paret, because the place from which we were arriving, from that spot, the ascent, ascensus, was better. We might say more idiomatically, we were going to climb the mountain first, and it appeared there that from the direction we were taking, it was an easier climb. And from that place, so hinc and illinc, from that place and to that place, a second time, de nuo, which is de novo, again, or anew, we were descending, descenderemus, and this is an imperfect subjunctive, like ascenderemus is an imperfect subjunctive as well, both with ut. And from there again we were descending to the head of the valley, ad illud caput. And now Egeria describes what she means by ad illud caput vallis, that is, the place where the bush was, rubus erat, because the descent of the mountain of God was better inde, from that place. So they found the spot where the ascent, ascensus, was more convenient, and the spot where the descensus was more convenient. And here is a nice picture of some sheep. I have no real proof that these were the flocks which Moses shepherded.